Alright guys, I just finished my next Sprunki Bootlego, and it's Brud, phase 6. Look at him, oh my gosh. He's no more little helmet, bucket, no more spike on his head. He's just all tore up. He's just tore up, guys. This is a fun little one to make. Let us know what you think in the comments. What's up, guys? Check it out. I just made Ratty phase 6. He's got a sword through his head. He hangs by a chain. Look at that. So cool. He's pretty cool. And the newest Sprunki Bootlego I made. Oh, I'm knocking off stuff. All right, that's better. Anyway, there he is. Let us know what you think in the comments. Alright guys, I just made Jebin phase 6. And this is the last of my smaller Sprunki builds. So now I get to make all these bigger packs. I'm so excited. So anyway, let me know what you think of Jebin. Guys, it's Mr. Fun Computer phase 6. Check it out. It's just an X, bro. That's all he is. Easiest build ever. Guys, I just made Derple Phase 6. Look how cool he is. He came in a pack of Legos from AliExpress. He's got spikes on his back and his head. Look at that. He's so fierce. I love this Derple. I just wish he was purple. He's more blue, but that's okay. Let me know what you think in the comments. What's up, guys? It's my newest Sprunki Bootlego. I just built Owax Phase 5. Look how cool he looks. I love his sharp teeth and his eyes. Look at this Google eye. It just wiggles. Whoa, Owax. And his little hair, his little body. So cool. That was my camera beeping, guys. My GoPro. See, I film my videos with it. But anyway, let me know what you think of this little guy. He sure is cute. I just built another boot Lego, and this is Garnold, and we are not sure what phase this is. So let us know in the comments what phase of Garnold this is, and then I'll change the title. But yeah, we don't know, and it didn't tell us. We just had these instructions to build him. But we've got a whole bag of these guys. A whole bag of Sprunki Legos that I'm about to build. They're so cool. guys, I just finished my newest Sprunki Bootlego, and it is Simon. And we're not quite sure what phase it is. Max says maybe 8. So let us know in the comments what phase you think this is. Looks like I need to push these down just a little. There you go. Don't you hate that? You look at your Legos and they're not like pushed in all the way. It's like so irritating. But anyway, here's good old Simon. We think phase 8. Please let us know in the comments what phase you think he is. Alright guys, here's the newest Sprunki Bootlego, and it's Simon phase 6. Look at him, he's ready to party. There's the back of him. He's pretty fancy. It took about 10 minutes to make him. Super fun. He came with these instructions. He just came in like a little pack with these instructions from AliExpress. And we have more. See, we've got a bunch more characters too to build. So he was one of those little packets in there, and now he's this. So let us know what you think in the comments. What's up, guys? Here's my newest Sprunki Bootlego, and it's black. And we're trying to figure out what phase it is. We think it's phase 6. What do you guys think? Is this phase 6? Let us know in the comments. But this one was a little bit bigger of a build than the other ones that are in this bag. See, they're just little Sprunki Bootlegos we got from AliExpress. But this one's a little bit bigger and more complex, and it took about 15 minutes to make. It was very, very fun, guys. And I love him. He's so cool. But anyway, let us know what phase this is and what you think. Alright guys, here's our next bootleg Lego. Alright guys, here's our next Sprunki Bootlego, and it's Vineria phase 6. Check her out. This is a more complicated build as well. Took about 15 minutes. Just a little bit bigger and more complicated than the other ones. I think they're getting bigger and more complicated now, guys. Actually, they are. I have all these Legos down here. Look at all these Legos waiting to be built. Sprunki Legos, big complicated ones. There's a big black, I've got an Orin there and a Simon. Big awesome builds are next, guys. There's a Pinky. I'm so excited. So we're gonna get these little ones over with, the rest in this bag built, and then we're gonna start on the big complicated ones. But anyway, let me know what you think of her. All right, guys, I just finished my next Sprunki Bootlego, and it is Owax. And we think that this is phase 5. What do you guys think? I'm going to put phase 5 in the title. Let me know if we're wrong, and if a lot of you say that we are, I'll change it. And look at his eyes. They're like super googly. Whoa. Let us know what you think in the comments. Alright guys, I just finished the newest Sprunki Bootlego. It is Mr. Sun Phase 5. Check him out, he's so evil. Super easy build, it took me like 2 minutes to make it. Very easy, it came with these instructions and a whole bunch of parts, and we're having fun building them. Got them on AliExpress, highly recommend. What's up guys? I just made the newest Sprunki Bootlego and it's Sky Phase 6. Check him out, and Max is going to demonstrate his head.
Does the same thing.
His head goes back and forth, turns back and forth, guys. He's so cute. Let us know what you think in the comments. What's up, guys? It's my newest Sprunki Bootlego, and this is Clucker Phase 6. Check him out. He is really cool looking, and his symbols are cool. Just a basic build, super easy to make, and I've got more where this is coming from. What's up, guys? I just made my newest Sprunki Bootlego, and it's Gray Phase 6. He's really cute. Well, scary, I guess you could say. Pretty creepy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Alright, guys, it's time for our next Sprunki Bootlego, and it's Mr. Tree Phase 6. Check him out. He's so sinister. He's got a bunch of blocks on his head. Bricks. He's got his teeth. And is that his tongue? I don't know if that's tongue or blood. You have to let me know what you think. He's pretty cool. Let us know what you think in the comments, guys. Alright guys, here's my next Sprunki Bootlego. And it's Funbot Phase 6. It even says error. So awesome. This was a fun little build. Took about 10 minutes. Super fun to make. Let us know what you think in the comments. Guys, I just told Max's dad Max's dad was just teasing me and said I was gonna say guys, and I did. Guys, check out the new Sprunki Bootleggo I just made. It is Mr. Sun Phase 6. So disturbing. Look at that fanciness. Pretty fun little build, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments.